Hey YouTube, how's it going? It is Ked. We got a banger for you guys today. These are the top 5 biggest losers of the Epstein Island situation. Okay, notice I say situation. This isn't just a one-time thing, all right? I'm going to have to give some quick honorable mentions before we get started with this video. Honorable mention number 1 are The Kids. Not the album by Mac Miller. I just didn't want to use a kid because HIPAA violations. This is not a serious video for anyone that actually clicked on to this thinking it was going to be serious. I'm fucking joking here. And this isn't one of those things where it's like, I'm joking and I'm going to, I'm joking and I'm in perfect mental condition. No, I'm actually not being serious here. And you'll see that later on in the video with the next honorable mention, which is anyone that's not subscribed to the Ked is Here channel. We have another word for you guys. It's called an ephebophile or something like that. You're just going to have to Google what that means. I think that anyone that isn't subscribed to the Ked is Here channel is an ephebophile. Anyone that actually dislikes my videos, I think the term is hebophile. So, a little bit messed up there, guys. And yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, guys. So if you're not subscribed, consider yourself an ephebophile and say it proudly in public. Be like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, I am an ephebophile. All right. We're going to move on to number 5. It's Donald John Trump, okay? This guy is going through the ringer right now with the Epstein file shit. First of all, this is they were best buds, and then they just broke up, and it's like, no, I got to lose my home dog. Not only that, but there's now allegations that this guy is gay and likes Bill Clinton or something like that. Guys, I'm not going to kink shame. I'm not going to, sexualize shame, I guess is the better term for it. However, you can't deny that, Donald John Trump lost a lot of his fans because, for one, he had this fallout and won't release the files, and now he's gay with Bill Clinton, and I think that a lot of the folks that like Trump, because they thought he was this cool fucking guy with 3 wives, just to get that William Bill Clinton penis. By the way, Bill Clinton is not going to be on the list. But at number 4 is going to be someone you guys do know. That's Big Jeffrey himself. Big Jeffrey, all he did was party, and he's dead. It's crazy, too, that everyone's saying that he unalived himself. And yes, I'm using the term unalive, guys. Ked needs to grow on YouTube. And this video is already going to get me demonetized, but here we go. Big Jeffrey himself is dead, and no one's going to investigate it further. No one really cares. Well, we'll see about that. But we're trying to figure out who killed Big Jeffrey. Only Jeffrey knows, and Jeffrey won't tell us because Jeffrey isn't here with us anymore. Big oops for Big Jeff. All he did was party, and I guess he partied so hard people had to kill him for it. Okay. Moving on, the number 3 spot, we got people who were only there to network, okay? Guys, look at this client list right here. We got, I guess, Maxwell. We can ignore that. You got the Prince Andrew. You got Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and Hillary. David Copperfield. Oh, watch me pull a child out of my hat. Guys, a magician? You've got Stephen Hawking. We'll touch on Stephen Hawking. Make a footnote of this guy. Michael fucking Jackson was on the island, allegedly. This is according to some articles, so don't quote me on this. By the way, Noam Chomsky, fuck you. I almost failed theoretical computer science because of you. Quick shout out to you, though, I guess, because Chomsky normal form is pretty cool. Kevin Spacey, who's surprised? Look, these are a lot of guys that, if you, networked with them, just having these guys on your network is, ridiculous. Epstein seems like the final boss of LinkedIn. And if you were there just to network and, meet some cool guys, and then it's like, really, I want some funding for my research, and there's an orgy going on in the other room, I totally understand why you would be seen as a big loser. Because now it's like you're associated with these guys, but all you wanted to do was just, get some more power, get with the cool kids, as the hipsters say. Speaking of hipsters, at the number 2 spot, we got the janitors and the cleanup crew. Guys, I don't think these guys get enough respect, You got to think about this. They had to clean up old man spunk. Look at the client list again. Let's just go through here, right? Can you imagine having to clean up George Lucas spunk or fucking Hillary Clinton squirt juice? You have to clean that shit up. Michael Jackson's baby gravy was all over the place, and they had to clean it up, and they didn't have to complain because they were getting paid. For one, now they're out of a job because, oh, I was a janitor on Epstein Island. Oh, what'd you see? I signed an NDA. You know? And we don't give enough respect to janitors because I've seen rich people Airbnbs as well. Have you seen the way that they trash Airbnbs? It's awful. Can you imagine what the cleanup crew had to go through all the time whenever some rich snobby asshole came on the island? And then when it all fell out, they lost their job. By the way, I am saying it uncensored. I do apologize. But, I mean, unfortunately, this is something that these guys have to do on their job. Sucks. The real reason that I'm making this video isn't to discuss the janitors. It isn't to discuss Donald John Trump, and I don't really give a shit about politics. It isn't to discuss who killed Big Jeffrey, or even to tell you guys in the audience that aren't subscribed to my channel that you are all a bunch of ephebophiles. The real reason I wanted to make this top 5, you know, and the reason that many of you guys are excited is because we need to go, Ket, who the hell is number 1? Well, do you remember earlier I told you guys to leave a footnote on the number 3 spot over a certain guy by the name of Stephen Hawking? He isn't the big loser in this video. The people who were victimized by Stephen Hawking, though, are anyone who was molested by Stephen Hawking. Prepare to have your life destroyed, okay? Like, you know that whenever you get molested by, like, I don't know, Trump. Let's go back to the list. If you got molested by fucking Kevin Spacey, George Lucas, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, even like, is there a woman here? Yeah, Cameron Diaz. No one's going to bat an eye. You know, no one's going to go, wow, you are a loser. You know, like if you were getting molested by a former Israeli prime minister, I think you'd get a lot of support there, you know? How do you get molested by Stephen Hawking? Just look at him, okay? Like, I don't know if half of the organs on there still work. Like, you have to see him coming, too. He's got, like, a squeaky wheel just going, oh, baby, give me that pussy. You know, there's no way this is molesting you. Can he even move? I'm with this guy right here. I stand with this guy, and I stand with America. You know, you're never going to be told, I'm so sorry, my biggest condolences. The first things you're going to be asked are, was he in the wheelchair at that point, and how the hell did you let a guy in a wheelchair molest you? Were there not stairs nearby? Was there not a patch of grass, rough terrain, anything to stop Stephen Hawking from molesting you? Again, I'm not one to victim blame. We at the Ket Is Here channel do not condone victim blaming. With that said, if you are getting molested by Stephen Hawking, I'm going to have 100 questions. You know, it's going to be one of those things where you could do a whole fucking podcast about how the hell this guy in his fucking wheelchair and iPad. By the way, this guy's an innovator. The first iPad kid, truly. How this guy, you let this guy molest you. Like, again, no victim blaming on this channel. We do not support victim blaming. Let me get rid of this black guy here just to emphasize the point. No victim blaming allowed on the Ket Is Here channel. With that said, if you are getting molested by Stephen Hawking, I'm going to ask a lot of questions, okay? You're allowed to ask questions. You're not allowed to blame victims, all right? Even though that's what's fucked up, all right? With that, I have been Chad. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. This one's a banger. I really like making this one. This one was fun. And I'll catch you guys in the next one whenever I decide to upload again. Stay tuned for that. This next one, at the advice of Big David in the Trap, I was advised to make a video about pedo busters and why they suck. So with that, I've been Ket. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace! We're just going to stretch this out to 10 minutes. No, we're not. Let the outro play already. God damn it.